Hey, what's going on, everybody? You are tuned in to Access Granted. It's your boy, Mr. Antoine, in the building. Hope everybody had a great day. Hope everybody's been enjoying this beautiful weather we've been having. It's been absolutely amazing the past couple of days. Hope you had a chance to get out and just get some sun on your skin. Enjoy some of the, because this is Baltimore, this is Maryland. We could very easily have snow next week because
Absolutely.
we ain't out the woods yet. You never know.
Right.
But definitely hope everybody had a good day, is having a good week so far. As you can see, I have a special guest host in the building with me. She is the host of Holistically Being. She is the former co-host of Baltimore Flavor Radio. She is my sister, and if you mess with her, I will cut you. The kid is in the building. What's up, sis?
Hey, beautiful people. Hey, brother. How are you today? Thank you so much for having me back. I'm excited. I look forward to co-hosting my co-hosting duties with you. I'm just ecstatic. I'm ecstatic.
Yeah. I told you it's gonna be some times where I'm gonna have to pull you up and be like, sis, I need you. So I'm glad that the schedule with the daughter worked out and you were able to join us. But what's going on with you in the world of Holistically Being?
Man, I'm just excited. You know, my 4th season debut is coming up on this Sunday. So my first.
You got my partner in the building with you.
Yes, I got my girl Nina, or AKA Original Party Girl, up in the house. Yes, I'm excited. It's going to be a panel of 5 dope ass amazing women, and we're just going to have an awesome conversation. So yes, just stay tuned. Sunday at 6 o'clock on Holistically Being Facebook. Eastern Standard Time, because you got a worldwide audience, so I gotta be specific.
You know what? Hey, it's funny that you said that. Yeah. I learned that the hard way. First of all, shout out to my brother Eric checking it. He told me my little nephew EJ said what's up, so I'm glad that they told that. But I had to be reminded to start doing that on the schedule because with Baltimore Flavor Radio, most of the people that had probably 95% of the people were already here. Yeah. So I never even thought about it. And then when we started doing this show, I had to remember that like we're connecting with people from Washington State.
Much further than Maryland. Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta. And actually it was Nina that reminded me to start doing that. She was like, you gotta make sure you tell them because in California it's 8 o'clock here, but it's only 5 o'clock there. So I was like, it's a good thing she did because there's actually I think 1 or 2 people that was like, oh, I thought you meant 8 o'clock my time. And I'm like, okay, I'm not doing no show that late at night.
I made that mistake one time and I vouched to never forget to do anything like that. So it's vital to remember that, especially when you have guests that are on the other side of the country, So that's important.
They could just be an hour over and they can make a real difference. And so you got the show. Talk a little bit about what you guys are going to be doing on Sunday, real quick.
Just basically talking about, it's going to be, I named it the Sensuality Edition. So the entire season is going to be all about sensuality. And yes, honey, just yes.
Already know.
Just embracing who you are and the skin you're in and loving yourself and caring for yourself. And we're just going to talk about how we as women, especially during these times, during these tumultuous times dealing with the pandemic and financial distress and things of that nature, it's really vital for us as women, especially Black women, to get ourselves together mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And one of the best ways I feel that we can do that is start honoring the skin that we're in, honoring who we are as women, and being open and not being at a place where you feel like you have to hide yourself. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be a dope conversation to have.
Well, let me tell you, man, the Black woman is the dopest creature on the planet.
Thank you.
And I think that this show is going to be hot. I can't wait to check it out.
I'm excited. I have some amazing guests on the show. Nina's one of them. Yeah. It's going to be Miss Ama Chandra. I don't know if you're familiar with Ama. She's an amazing vocalist, poet, and she's just, you see her and she just exudes light and love, and she's just everything, you know. I'm gonna also have Miss Tasha Ariel. She's been a guest on my show a couple of times. She's a sensuality coach, so she knows all about that stuff. I'm gonna also have guest Sierra Adair. She's a sensuality movement coach.
I
Okay,
hear these
so
names. These names even sound sensual to the people
yeah,
that
yeah.
bring them up.
Don't they know?
All
Don't
right,
they?
yeah.
And my homegirl, Miss Mia Miata, she's also a vocalist as well, and she's just all about hashtag Team Goddess. So yeah, we're gonna get into some dope conversation that day. I look forward.
Yeah.
I look forward.
Shout out to my homie Renard Reader. What's up, Walbrook Warriors in the building? Hey, make sure. And what time on Sunday? How can they catch the show?
They can catch the show live on Facebook. I'm also going to be streaming on YouTube as well. But you know, I put on Facebook like that. You know,
Yeah.
6 p.m.
We
Eastern
gonna
Standard Time.
see, look
And
at
yeah,
Eastern Standard Time. Look at you. I
Eastern
like that.
Standard Time. Yeah, yeah. And I'm thinking that's going to be the time every week for my show, even the ones that aren't going to be live streamed. So yeah, new time, new day. It used to be another day and another time, but I've changed it for a few reasons. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
You know me now. I'm just on when the guests are available. that's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all it is.
And to be honest, I don't even know who my following week's guest gonna be. You know, hopefully I'll find one by the time we're done. But if not,
It'll
I'll
come.
keep y'all guests. I'll keep y'all posted. You know,
It'll,
TB announced. TBA.
it'll definitely come to you. Trust me. Yo,
Yeah.
shout out to my man Brian with the lyrics. Rocking one of his shirts from his line today. Don't just be from the Brown Lyrics Clothing Company. You can see his information scrolling as BLCC, Brown Lyrics Clothing Company. You can find his information scrolling right now at the bottom of the screen. Y'all know I'm all about supporting Black business, but I think I'm gonna take it a little bit further now and just try to rep or rock a T-shirt from anyone that has a dope line, preferably in the city, but I'll rock with you if you're outside the city. I know tomorrow I'm meeting up with my dude Eric Randall from Be More Like Us to pick up a T-shirt of his, and I'm going to rock that on the show tomorrow when we interview DC the Brain Supreme. So I think this is something that I'm gonna try to do on a regular basis to show love to all of our local, all of our local brands and everything. So
that's what's up.
I mean, if I can get
a new tee every week.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I can get a holistically being shirt, I might, go ahead and
I think I can make that work. I think I could
get out there and rock it one day. You know what I'm saying?
I can make that work. Yeah. And FYI, the show is the 10th, not this Sunday coming up, but the next Sunday. I wanted to make that clear real quick.
Glad you did, because I was about to tune in Sunday.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Yeah, you would have been like, Carrie ain't starting no time. What's going on? But no, it's the 10th. April 10th.
That's what's up. That's what it is. This guest that we have on tonight, man, he is joining us all the way from Louisville, Kentucky. I had a brief talk with him. He is actually a Kentucky Wildcat fan and not a Louisville Cardinal fan, so he's okay with me. We can officially go on with the interview. But I saw this brother last week. Shout out to my girl T Quest up in Indianapolis. Shout out to the Fleet DJs. I saw him on her show. The dude is all right. I was okay, brother. The interview for the part of it that I saw was really good. But he played this song, or she played a song that was amazing. They had this DJ thing going where they were playing the video of the song, and the DJ was scratching, and as the DJ was scratching, the video was scratching. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. It was a real dope thing. But I said I wanted to reach out to this brother, and thankfully I believe the young lady is his manager. We connected, and we made this happy. So I'm glad that he's taking some time out of his day to join us, man. He said it's a little bit rainy down there. I'm sorry, bro. It was.
I think we gave them the rain. Yeah.
The rain probably came
Sorry about that.
We're gonna bring up to the building now, my man CPayne. What's going on, brother?
How y'all doing?
All right. Thank you for being here.
I'm glad I'm here, man. I'm glad y'all got me. I'm glad I'm here.
Hey, I was talking about the way that the dude was mixing the video the other day, man. That wasn't your DJ, right? That was a DJ that she got.
Yeah, that's a fleet DJ. That's DJ Nino. Shout out DJ Nino.
Yeah, that was absolutely. I wish I had the video that I could play on here, but that was real dope, man. But again, bro, thank you. All the way from Baltimore, Maryland, man. We showing you love, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
The one thing that I want to talk about is that I noticed that even though you are in Louisville, Kentucky now, you started out in Mississippi.
Yeah.
In my crooked letter. Tell me a little bit, man. Tell us a little bit about that trek. I mean, where you were born there. How did you make the journey to Louisville?
Like I was born in Mississippi. Like all my young childhood days, I was in Mississippi. But like after Hurricane Katrina went on and all of that, and the city got all messed up and things like that, then that's how I made my way down here to Kentucky because I got a lot of family down here as well. So we went from Mississippi down here to Kentucky after Hurricane Katrina. So
I heard the accent the first time you said Mississippi. Y'all like, yeah, he's definitely from Mississippi.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's how I ended up down here though. But yeah, it's pretty cool down here.
So when did you develop the passion for hip hop?
Back in I want to say 2014. Yeah, back in 2014. I always did like freestyles and stuff in school with my friends and all of that, but actually like wanting to actually go to a studio and record a song, like it was in 2014 with my brother Peso. We've
Okay.
been when like 2014 is when I started doing it, but I didn't actually start taking it serious until like 2015, 2016.
Okay. So let me ask you this, and because I'm always like amazed at people and how they're experiencing that moment. What was the moment like for you when you like created your first project? Like you saw it in your hand, you heard it being recorded, like, and you just sat there. Like, did you think this is happening? This is really happening? Like, what was going through your head that moment when you was experiencing that?
When that happened, when that day came and we went to the studio, because most of the time, usually, well, all the time, when I went to the studio with my brother Peso, he would just record. I just would just be in the studio session. But when he was like, try to record that song you wrote, I was like, oh, okay, let's do it, kid. So
Yeah.
One person that's egging you and touching you on the shoulder, like, come on, bro. Always that one person.
Once I did it, it was just me, him, and his manager in the studio, and we recorded the song. We just sat back, played it back. It was like they were just like, "Bro, you ain't never been in the studio before." I was like, "No, it's my first time." They was just like, "Boy, you're natural." And then
How did that make you feel when he said that?
I felt good. Like after that, I was like, I want to be in here all day. Like I'm
right.
Like, oh, this how you need me, man. Like now when he said that, I was like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, I want to be a rapper now. Like now I'm trying to do music. I'm trying to, experience that life. That's life like. So like with that going on, when I did it, they paid for a video, shot the video. The video it went up like within 2 days. We got like 6,000 views, and then the guy who shot the video, like once he shot the video, he see that it was going up and everything like that. He wanted me to be with his music group, but I didn't want to do that. Like I just started doing music. Like I'm not trying to be with no group, a team. I'm still
get it. Yeah.
trying to find myself. So when I was explaining that to him, like I'm only, I was like 15 at the time, 15, 16 years old. Like I'm still trying to see what else I can do, because
right.
I could have just went with him and, I could have been done after that. Like all of it could have been over,
And at that age, you're still in school. So there was a lot to consider. Yeah, at such a young age.
I just want to do music and record videos and be in the studio right now. Other than that, it's been cool. Like once that happened, he took the video down, but it ain't do nothing but just motivate me more. Like, okay, I see what I can do. I know what I can do now. And since then, it only been enough from there.
Okay, that's what's up.
Was it any particular artist in 2014 or any particular song or any particular music that you heard that really inspired you to go ahead and take the jump in 2014? I'm trying to think of what was going on music wise as far as hip hop back then, and I can't really
I
2014.
remember. Yeah.
2014. That's when all that. That's when that Chicago music started going. When everything in
Okay.
Chicago started coming out. So me, I was real hipped on Lil Durk, and that was my favorite rapper. Was Lil Durk. Like that's who I was trying to get my sound and everything from. At first was Lil Durk, but yeah, that's who was influencing me at the time was Lil Durk and Peso. Like
Yeah, because that was going to be my next question. Who are your musical influences? So it was those two.
yeah, so that's Lil Durk and Peso. Peso, I'm telling you, he's real deal the truth. He's the truth with that mic.
Okay, so y'all have to school me on who these particular artists are, because I'm not really.
Yeah, put it down. Put it down.
So
We
are
just
they
put
are
the
they
old school
mainstream
here.
or
We
are they
Yeah, and SD. Yeah, SD, LA Capone, all them
okay?
Chicago artists. So, yeah,
Okay.
they are Chicago artists, but Peso's from Louisville. He's from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
He's not in the industry.
Okay.
Um, he's real deal when it comes to that music.
Is
Like
there any mainstream hip hop artist that you would like to collab with one day? Like, who's your dream mainstream artist?
right now, my
Yeah.
dream mainstream artist to do a collab with is either Lil Durk or Mulatto. Like if
Okay.
I
Yeah,
get
I don't know them either. I'm sorry.
you gotta do it too. You
Hold
gotta
up.
do it too.
Is Mulatto the young lady?
Yeah,
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah,
I
she
think I
was
okay. I
on,
remember her. I
she
remember
was
the
on
name now.
the
she
rap
Yeah.
was
game.
on what was the show that she was on
The
that
rap
she ended up? Yeah,
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 it's called the rap game. She came
yeah.
off, yeah, like
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's starting
yeah,
to
Name
kick
you
in
too.
now.
She just changed her name recently too.
yeah, to
Did
Big
she?
Lotto.
Doesn't go by Mulatto anymore. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
To Big Lotto, she just put big in front of it and took
Oh,
out
okay, big. Okay,
Big
cool.
Lotto. But yeah, like
Okay.
I get a feature with them too. Like I feel like I done lived up to what I've been trying to do. You know,
Mhm.
Mhm.
I done made it. But of course I wanna, get more, collabs and things with bigger artists.
Yeah.
But just with them two artists, like that's who, because they around my age range and they came up, in the same type of life that I done came up in and things like that. I just feel like I connect.
Okay. Okay. How would you describe your lifestyle? What is it that is it something that you represent in your music that you talk about a lot?
Yeah,
Okay.
I talk a lot about my life and my music. I didn't have the greatest childhood growing up and
Right.
having all the money in the world. Like, yeah, I had a whole lot of life struggles. So
Okay.
I let that be known in my music.
You keep
So
it
like,
real. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
anything that I say that you hear in my music, either I done did it or I done seen it or I done been around it. So like I try to keep everything authentic. So like,
Absolutely.
you know, my childhood, you know, when it comes to putting it in my music and all of that, I try to give them as much as I can, you know, to have them feel where I've been coming from where I am now.
Absolutely. And we appreciate artists who keeps it real and authentic like that. You know what I mean? It gives us a better sense of who you really are, your personal, you
Yeah,
know?
you're not gonna be
Yeah.
talking about I got $1 million in a big old nice house and a fancy car. Like, nah, you ain't gonna hear that in my rap.
Right.
Half of them still living in their mama's basement when they. Yeah, we already know how that goes. But I mean, you talked a little bit about your childhood and your upbringing, man, and I'm going to allow you to expand as much as you would like to on that because one thing that I read on your bio that's on the website that I was given is that you wanted to make a point of not ending up like your brothers, making the same mistakes that your brothers made. Um, and you can go as deep or as shallow as you want with this, but just talk a little bit about that situation. Those
I'm,
situations.
I appreciate you for reading my bio.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. We do our homework around here
I
sometimes.
read it too.
thank you. I
We do our homework, man.
really appreciate that. Like, so with that being said, like I grew up around like nothing but dudes, and I have two sisters, but my brothers like they grew up in the streets, raised doing it whatever they got to do to make it happen, to make a way. Like it's been a lot of times where my mom wasn't able to do it, so my brothers had to go out and try to make something shake. Karma, it always come back on you. So, in and out of jail, just a lot of getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Not trying to do that, trying to finish school. I'm the first boy out of my mom's kids that graduated high school. So and I'm the youngest. So things like that really brings a different type of feeling to me. So the things that I'm trying to do now, I always just think okay, don't make this mistake. Don't make the same mistakes they made, because it was a point of time in my life that I was following in their footsteps, getting in trouble, stealing, doing a lot of bad stuff. But after a while, once I seen, it ain't doing nothing but causing problems and pain to people and my mom and all of that. So I'm like, I can't be like them at all. That's not what I'm trying to do. So I just took a different route. And somebody got to change the cycle eventually.
Absolutely.
I asked you that question because, when I talk to people, and I think Lakia has this rule too, we don't consider this like an interview. I don't even use the word necessarily if I don't have to, even though that's the way that people look at it. But I really like to take the opportunity when I talk to people, because we can sit up here and we can talk about music for an hour, and the only thing people are going to know about CPayne is that he's an artist at the end of the day.
But
I like for people to really get to know the person behind the artist, or the person behind the art, I should say. I don't even want to know who CPayne is. I want to know the person behind the government name as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think when people get to know that part of you, they appreciate the music even more, because they understand where it's coming from. So many people love Tupac as an artist because they knew Tupac as a person. You know what I'm saying? They knew the struggles that he had, and all of that kind of stuff. So when we have these kind of conversations, I really like to give the guest an opportunity to share whatever it is that they would like to share of themselves, of the world. So I appreciate you for being transparent, because a lot of people just want to come up and say, yeah, I had it hard growing up.
It's way more.
We all had it hard at some point, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody had it hard. But everybody got different life struggles. They might be similar, but everybody handle it different and react to it different. So some people don't make it out of the struggle.
Absolutely. And you said one thing that if I don't take anything else from this conversation, somebody has to break the cycle.
Yeah, that's very significant.
If more young Black men had that same understanding about life, I think we would be in a lot better shape than we are, as far as the Black community is concerned. Because so many people are concerned about fitting in, that we don't want to, be that one that stands out. So
that's really the problem nowadays. People trying to fit in and worry about what everybody else think and how they feel about a situation. If you ain't benefiting me, putting money in my pocket and making sure my family's straight, I ain't got no business with you. You feel me?
Absolutely.
I wish my son, hold up. I wish my son was watching this show right now, because that's the exact same thing that I try to tell my son about the circle that he's with all the time. I'm like, bro, and this is actually a mindset that I got from Dame Dash and Jay-Z back in their early Rockefeller days. They were like, yo, if you're the most thorough person in your circle, and you can't learn anything, or you can't benefit from anybody that's there, then you need to find another circle.
Time to change the circle. Absolutely.
People that are millionaires become millionaires because they surround themselves
with other millionaires.
Millionaires, so that they can learn how to, you know what I'm saying? And I might have to get your phone number so my son can call you, man. You just right there.
Yeah, that's like when my brothers be telling me, why you hang around people that don't get money? I mean, you ain't gonna get no money. You can't get money from people who don't get money.
And getting money don't necessarily mean, standing out on the corner and getting it the wrong way either.
Your tribe creates your vibe.
Oh, look at that. Poetic. Look at that.
Put down a t-shirt. Put down a t-shirt.
Some people take, it's longer for some people to comprehend that than others. I just, figured this out, got it through my head, because I was hard-headed at one point where it goes in one ear and out the other. But like now that I done got older and more mature, it's like okay, now I understand what my mom and them was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, even
Yeah.
though they're friends, you feel me? Like you can love them from a distance because everybody's not good to be around or hang around. So I try to keep that in mind. If I ain't got no business there, I ain't need to be there. Like that's why I don't go to parties or none of that because I'd be too cautious. So like if my face on that flyer, if I don't see CPayne on that flyer, you're not gonna see me in public.
Oh, okay.
So, CPayne, how is your circle now? How would you describe the circle that you surround yourself with now? Do you feel like they're helping you level up, or are they supportive? What's going on with the circle you're around now?
But I can say a lot of people has disappeared out the circle since this music has been going. Like
Hmm.
I have seen that a lot of people who was around is not around now because they didn't have that interest that I need. So like my circle is super small, mainly family. Like I don't have friends for real. Like I literally hang out with my brothers and sisters. So
They're
like
all you need.
yeah, like
Yep.
if you're not some type of part of a family, like I really can't hang out with you. Like I'm a homebody for real. Like if
Right.
dealing with
Right.
work or business in some type of sort to make some money, then I ain't got no business.
Hey,
I
look,
get it.
let me tell you some of the best advice I've ever gotten in my life, man. And honestly, I'm pissed because I can't even remember who told me this, but the statement sticks in my mind forever. Sometimes in order to multiply, you have to subtract.
Absolutely.
And
Like,
when the person said that to me, I wish I could remember who that was. But when the person said it to me, I'm like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? And he was like, sometimes in order to get where you want to in life, you got to lose some
yeah,
Mm.
people. You know what I'm saying? It's not always going to grow with you because people are in your life just for a season.
and I
Yeah.
And when your season changes, everybody's not meant to go to that next season with you.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
When you said that, like what I get from that when you said that, that's the same as you got to spend money to make money. You can't, your
yeah,
business ain't
yeah,
gonna unless you
yeah.
invest. That's the same as your life ain't gonna get no better if you don't invest into, better people. Like
Absolutely.
you gotta change your surroundings and change the way you move and how you act and all of that. So, you know, it's all up to you. You
So
hang
Absolutely.
with that crowd and want to fit in, then you're not gonna get nowhere trying to fit in. People always look at the people who don't fit in. They
mm,
always want to see somebody who's different. So I don't want to be looked at when you see him. Oh, he's another statistic, a gang member, or
yeah,
he's running around with this crowd and all of that. Because once I seen like, oh, I'm hanging with this crowd, so people who don't know me, they just gonna give me that perspective. Oh, this is the type of person he.
Because of who you're hanging around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once I learned that, I was like, okay, yeah, this is not how it's about to be. Like this is
Right.
not about to have people look at me or think they know me from what they see and all of that. So mm, I'm way smarter than that now.
Absolutely.
so how does this translate into your music then?
When like now that it translated to my music, what you mean by that?
Like how do you take that philosophy of not sticking in or not sticking to a script, not trying to be like everybody else? I mean, it's okay to be a fan of Little Dirk, but how can you use what we've been talking about these last few minutes to still do the kind of music that you like, but not always necessarily fit into the quote unquote status quo of music?
Well,
If that makes sense.
with that, like for instance, like yeah, I look up to these different type of artists and stuff, but I go off they drive. I don't try to copy the same thing they do, and I just go off the drive of the motivation that they had, to get where they at. So you feel me? Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying for it to do exactly what they do, but have that same motivation and same inspiration that they have, the way that they move and the way that they act to get where they need to be, the way how they control themselves in situations to make sure that they okay in those situations. I take that and I'm like, okay, this is how I need to be. This is how I need to go as far as this music stuff. I sit back and I watch people interviews all the time and listen to music and watch people videos and see how they do everything. Like I just take different pieces of what I see from different people.
And put your own flavor up in it.
Yeah, see that's what it
Mhm.
is. Like take different pieces that I can use. The ones I can't use, you know, I put it to the side. But the ones that I do use and I can use, I use it to my advantage. So like I don't, you know, try to bite somebody's style or, you know, anything like that. I just take their motivation from everything they drive and make it to my own. Because
Absolutely.
a lot of people, they just feel like, oh, I do music, I can make it. Like, nah, it's a whole lot more to come to. But at first, that's what I think. That's what I thought. You know, I can just make a song. Eventually, somebody gonna hear it and pick me up. Like, no, you got to real deal put that legwork in to make that happen.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out to shout out to T Quest. She's officially checking in with us now. How old are you, bro?
22.
Got us feeling extra old up in here.
No. That's not why. That's not why I had that look on my face. I knew you were younger. I knew he was a 20 something, but to feel his vibe and to
He's
hear
very wise. Yeah.
the jewels that he's dropping right there,
Yeah.
he's wise beyond his
Beyond his
years,
years.
man.
Yeah.
Who's Lisa Slaughter, man? Because she's giving you a lot of love on here.
That's family. That's family. It's all family on here.
Shouts to Lisa.
That's family.
Where's she chiming in from?
She's from Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody down in Louisville. So look, this family support that you seem to have, this and this support of the circle that you seem to have, how important is this in helping you stay grounded and keep your focus in the right direction?
It's very important. Like I tell everybody, like family is the most important thing to me. Like I love having family gatherings and all of that. Like having family support is different. Like it's a different type of support because like you know it's genuine. Like you know, like they don't want nothing from you. Like they already know what type of person you are. They see you every day. So like to have their support, it's a whole different feeling because there's people out here that know you, see you every day, but they don't support you just because they know you. But they'll go and share and love on somebody else and stuff they never seen before a day in their life. So like
Right.
family support, it's a whole different perspective on it. It makes you want to work a lot more, you know, because there's a lot of people who don't get family support. I see all the time, like, don't nobody, my family don't support me. Everybody support me as strangers and all of that. So me being able to have that family support, like I love it. I take full advantage of all of
That's
that.
what's up. That's
Full
what's up.
I don't know if you can. I don't hold on, Key. I don't know if you can see these comments that's popping up on the screen, but somebody said you get all of this from all of the women that help raise you.
I
Yeah,
saw that. Yeah.
a lot of aunties and a lot of mainly at first it was nothing but women. I'm bringing the boys back into the family.
Mm.
I'm bringing the boys back. But yeah, I was raised around a whole lot of women. Like I said, like when my brothers been in and out of jail, like going back to that,
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm in the house with just my mama and my sisters. So, you know, as I gotta they get women show you a lot. Women is a great part of life because they really teach you a lot. They really show you a lot. They can teach
That's
you
right.
for real because
That's
Especially black
right.
women.
Right.
Especially black women, man.
yeah, I
I
know.
said it. I said it earlier. Black women are the dopest creation on this planet, man.
If you because real genuine love, even when they cussing you out, you know it's because they
Right.
love you. I'm
Right.
telling you.
That's it right there. Yeah. So, CPayne, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I see myself on mainstream, living life to the fullest, you know, doing what I love and what I'm supposed to be doing, making music and being the entertainer that I am and making sure everybody is okay. So like in
Absolutely.
5 years, I'm that provider for the family. You know, I'm the one who made it out and making sure everybody else is all right. So yeah, 5 years, I'm very successful.
So,
Absolutely.
so when you say mainstream, are you saying that you're like looking to maybe sign a deal, or would you rather go the independent route as far as your music business?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Me, I take either one, you know,
Yeah.
but my manager Tina, like she makes sure that whatever decision that I make, she's gonna be right there to make sure that I don't make the wrong decision. You know, so with her, I'm okay. She's gonna make sure that whatever goes on as far as is this music, she's gonna make sure that I'm in the right position and ain't nobody, you know, messing me over and all of that.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems like most of the artists that I know prefer to go the independent route just because of the fact that they get the most money for the work that they put in. You know what I'm saying? My only concern for you and any artist that chooses to like sign to a label is just don't allow that label to stop CPayne from being CPayne.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Not at
And
all.
make sure they put just as much energy into CPayne as they do to other artists. You know what I mean?
Hey,
That can
CPayne,
happen too.
hey, CPayne, if you sign the Bad Boy and I see you on a video in a shiny suit, coming to Louisville to get you, bro.
No shiny. I know shiny. I know shiny suit. No, I can't.
No shiny suits. No shiny suits.
It was amazing to me back then, man, because I've been a fan of the Locks since the day that they came out, bro. And the first time that I saw them in a video with shiny suits on, I wanted to just choke. Like, bro, what are you doing?
What was they thinking?
Bro, what are you doing, bro?
People love that.
But it's not even as much of what they were thinking. It was what was Puffy thinking.
Yeah, that was definitely Sean's idea. Yeah.
The one that was responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen.
He was always a flashy guy, so you know that had to have been his idea.
But you can't like that. Can you imagine them walking the streets of Yonkers with some shiny suits on?
Right. That's not them. Like, why would you even, convince them to do something like that? But I guess they probably just thought, you know what?
Right.
It's going to work out anyway. You know, we're getting the money. You know, who cares if we're going to like clowns? You know, it's going to work. You know, that's all they were thinking at the time.
Out the box. You know, like I said, they fit in with everybody else. You see, they brought them a lot of attention. You know, you coming out in shiny suits, they're gonna be like, who's these people out here in shiny suits?
And it probably made a lot of people talk about them more too, Antoine. Another reason why they probably did it.
I'll tell you, some people got different ways of coming out the box. I'm telling you. I done seen the whole
we'll never know.
So like
but no shiny suits for CPayne for sure.
I'm gonna say this again, CPayne. You shine the Bad Boy, and I see you on the video with a shiny suit. I'm loading up and we coming down there now. But the main point that I was trying to make with that is, you know, if God does bless you with the opportunity to go the major route, first of all, make sure you have that team in place that makes sure that, you know, everything is about you and making sure that you get everything that you're due. But most of all, keep your musical integrity, keep your artistic integrity. You know what I mean? Don't sit up here and let them have you dancing like Hammer, and don't let you, don't let them have you, like as you said earlier, talking about you got $1 million and such and such and such and such, and you still, you know what I mean? That's the only point that I was trying to make with that.
Yeah.
Because that's very important, because a lot of people, once they see that first paycheck and they go out and get what I used to call the rap starter kit, where you got to get the chain, you got to get the Rolex, you got to go get the, the Benz and all of that stuff. And they put you in the studio and they're like, now this is what we need you to do. This is how we need you to, you know what I mean? And I just hate the fact
you'll get more money if you do it this way.
Yeah. But you have
more exposure if you do it this way. Right. Yeah.
Right. But you have a lot of artists that I like when I hear people say, and I can tell that they're genuine when they say, even if I wasn't, getting money, I will still do this because this is the art that I love. Right. You know what I mean? That's the most important. That's the most important thing. And also, let me ask you this: how schooled are you at this point in the business of it? Because it's called the music business for a reason, and a lot of times, because again, we get so caught up in the music and the money and the fame that we don't always handle our business. And there's a lot of together we don't have enough fingers and toes, along with everybody that's watching this, to measure how many artists have literally gotten raped in the music game because they didn't know the business side of it.
Yeah. like with that, like I'm still in the learning process of all of that. Like I'm still learning all the numbers and learning
Yeah.
how to read contracts thoroughly and everything like that. Like all of that is still in the learning process. But I'm most definitely trying to make sure that I got all the knowledge as possible before this actually takes all the way off, where I'm off on my own. So
I,
like I'm in the learning process of that now. I make sure that I try to learn as much as possible when it
yeah.
comes to that because it's just like my manager says, it's 10% music to us and 90% business.
Right.
So
Right.
you know,
I just remember back in the day, man, when people used to like we used to buy albums for like, or we used to buy CDs for like $15, and the artist was making like 7 cents out of that, and that I was just like, whoa,
Wow.
like where does this? Because it's broken down into like a point system, and Lakia, I'm sure you're quite familiar with the TLC story.
I was just
yeah,
literally sitting
They,
here
yeah,
thinking about
they
TLC.
ended up
Just
bankrupt
thinking about TLC. Yeah.
because they were, and we're talking about artists that sold 10 million records.
didn't
Yeah.
Boys to Men do that too? They sold
Yeah,
records and they was still living in the projects and broke.
yeah, yeah,
Who?
Boys to Men.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they.
don't know. Well, I'm a big
Um,
Boyz II Men
I
fan,
don't
so
know
I've
about Boys
never
and
heard
Men.
that.
I think she might be thinking about New Edition. Are you thinking about New Edition?
New Edition. That's who
Yeah,
it was.
Okay, yeah, New Edition. I'm
New
like,
Edition.
I've
I
never
was
heard that
like,
about Boyz II Men.
one
yeah,
of them, they sold 1 million records in global, and they were
Yeah.
still living in the projects broke. You
bro.
know,
And
Think
it's
about it.
crazy.
About it. They got when they signed their record deal, they got a VCR and a scooter.
Right, right,
that's
right.
crazy.
And what
Come on.
makes it difficult is that they have to split the money up. You know what I mean? Like it just makes it even much more worse. Like wow, you're not getting them as much as you should, and then you have to split it between the five of you or the three of you. Like what sense does that make?
9 to 5.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's always what used to make me wonder how the Wu-Tang Clan made money because when God Bless the Dead ODB was alive, they had 9 members, man. And if you're going and you're doing a show and they paying the group $1,000 for the show, y'all got to split that 9 ways, bro. That's
That's not a lot.
A lot
That's
of
not a lot.
groups broke up. So a lot of groups broke
a
up.
lot of groups.
The
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
splitting that money. But a
Does
lot
it make you appreciate being a solo artist more because of all of that?
yeah, because I done been in that situation before.
Okay.
Like with the first label that I was on, it was a little label called YNS. We was all in that situation, and it was like 5 of us, but it was always a money problem. So you know, I
Hmm.
I most definitely lived and experienced that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I learned early before.
Right,
Well,
right,
the
right, right,
least amount of times you got to slice the pie, the better. That's the way I always feel.
right.
I want the
Absolutely.
whole pie to myself. I want the whole pie. So, talk a little bit about Lay It Down Records. How did your affiliation with them happen?
Man, lay it down. I love them to death. It's the best thing that ever happened to me when it comes to this music. So with lay it down, like I'm real good friends with my managers. With my manager's daughter, that's my best friend. Like that's my sister. Blood cannot make us any closer at all. So when I always used to hang out with her, well, I still do. That's my sister. So like with that, they heard my music, but like when they brought it back, the label when they brought it back up, they brought me into it. So like once they brought me into it, we just been working. Cause Lay It Down already been popping for years. Lay It Down was popping for years already. So now that they back up and running, and they gave me the opportunity to take this platform and make something of it. I took that as an advantage. It was like, okay, cool, yeah, we gonna put this back on the map. LID gonna get back on the map. So like, it done been a million people that done told me to leave LID. And we not doing this and we not doing that, but people don't know the work that's happening behind the scenes. So like, they most definitely very supportive. They got the best interest in me than I feel like any label, any manager, anybody done ever had when it comes to my music. They don't every time, like for instance, like back in when I first started, if I had an idea or something, or if I wanted to do something, it was always brushed off or no, we got to do it this way and that. Like Lay Down Records, they don't let me bump my head and let me fail on my own to see, okay, like you see like this is not what it is, and you know, let us help you. You know, we're gonna get to where we need to be. So once I seen that they let me do they still let me do what I want to do, but they make sure I do everything the correct way. You know, everybody else didn't let me do that. They didn't try to guide me or try to show me what it was. You know, they just was like, oh, he make good music. That's all we need him to do. You know, so like I don't look at LID as a label or a music label or none of that. Like they family. So like, you know, it's way deeper than music when it comes to them. It's, you know, we a family. So
So it sounds like if there is a situation where you move on to, you know, a major situation, that LID is still going to be a major part of the movement with you as well.
facts, of course. And like everybody know, once I make it, I'm still gonna rock LID. You know, LID is gonna forever be with me. I'm tied in for life, literally. So like it's tatted on me. So it's
Okay.
so it's not I'm not going nowhere when it comes to LID. Like I said, once I make it in the mainstream, everybody in the world is gonna know exactly who LID is. So that's how I go.
That's what's up. So are you the only artist from LID right now, or you guys got some other?
Yeah, we got PJ Young Rich, you know, and then we got Chelsea Davis as well. So pretty sure y'all meet them pretty soon. They great artists as well. Great artists.
You're giving me homework to do. These names I gotta go check out so I can.
So, CPayne, what's your advice for those who want to make it in music? What would you tell them right now?
I would tell them don't focus strictly on the music. Make sure you know your business part. Make sure you build relationships with the people that you need. Make sure you build relationship with DJs. People feel like, oh, I could just make music and I just need to find a studio. Like, no, you need to build relationship with these people who got the platform to get you out.
Right, right.
A million times, but these DJs gonna get you in the club and get you on the radio. You know, you gotta make sure you get relationships is the biggest thing. You know,
Yeah.
making sure that you got a team. You can't do it by yourself. Like people always say, "Oh, I'm gonna go independent and do it on my own." Everybody got a team. You need somebody to help you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, for the advice I tell them, like you gotta keep working because it's so not gonna happen overnight. So if you can't put in that work and be patient and be dedicated to the
Hmm.
work part of it, you know, not just going in the studio, but I'm talking about the other parts, making sure that your social media is looking good, making sure your personality is straight, and you know how people see you in public because they take all of that. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, definitely.
Making sure you ain't on Instagram live lit with strippers in the
Right.
background.
Isn't that crazy? How you get fired on your day off?
all of that takes it all matters. So like
Yeah.
people look at that a lot. So anything like even if you going up the street to the corner store, you don't know who you about to run into. So you got to make sure that you are up to par 100% every day if this is really what you want. Because it's a million times people see me in public and then you know they won't say nothing at all, but best believe they're gonna post on social media showing that they done seen you or something like that. Because it didn't happen to me. So like every time somebody see me or anything, I'm always up to par making sure I'm looking good and feeling good. And you know, when people approach me, I approach them respectfully. You know, because I don't want, like I said before, I don't want them being like, "Oh, he's just a gang member that do music and all that." Like, nah, like they gonna know I'm a real deal artist. This is really what I do, and I take it serious. So I want people to look at me as an artist and not just a rapper. You know, like
Right, right. And it's funny you mentioned social media. I feel like nowadays a lot of people look to social media as opposed to an application, or you know what I mean? Like
that's
people
your
really look to your social media nowadays.
yeah, that's
So
your
yeah, I'm glad you said that.
yeah, it's your
Glad you
resume.
said that.
They take that seriously, like, cause I do it. Be like, I see somebody, the first thing I'm gonna do is go scroll through their social media to see what type of person they are. So like,
Yeah,
I take that a lot. Like, I make sure all my personal stuff is way separated from my music and my business of everything. So
Yeah. And you got to understand, as I'm sure you do, the fact that you're a young black man in America, so you starting out behind the eight ball, and unfortunately, when you meet people especially quote unquote corporate people, they're automatically going to have their assumptions. You know what I mean? They're going to have their assumptions before they hear one note of your music, before they hear you say one word. They're going to look at you, and you know that first impression is going to be everything. So it's beautiful to hear that you have that understanding and that you're making sure that all of those bases are covered. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So now that this buzz is here, man, what's up with the project?
oh man, the project I got an album in the works now called Problem Child. That's in the works now, and the music that I got on there, it's a whole different ball game. Like I just feel like it's different. Like it's just unique. Like it's way different from the single that I got out now. You know, like the music is just. Wait till y'all hear that stuff that I don't put down on pad and pen. I'm telling you, y'all just it's a whole different level. And like I said, like I ain't put music out in about a year and a half. Like I literally just been working and making sure I can perfect my craft as much as possible. Because like at first when I was putting the music out, I was doing it just totally wrong. You know, it just wasn't going nowhere. So like I just took some time off on the music. And at first, when I was taking the time off on the music, I was just upset at myself, like, why ain't I never dropping no music? Why ain't I putting nothing out? But then I'm just like, okay, I gotta build myself up as a person first, you know, and then I'm okay, then I can put music out once I established all of that. So now it's on and popping. It's on and popping. This project is real deal about to be to me, I feel like it's about to be big. It's gonna be bigger than whatever anything that I done put out. It's gonna be dope. I just gotta make sure that I put it out correctly, and the way that I put it out, I'm trying to make sure that it get put out where it's gonna hit everywhere.
Okay. Talk a little bit, just a little bit, because I don't want you to give us everything, but about the process of putting it together, who you're working with, production wise, feature wise.
I have no features on there besides
My man.
the only feature that I have on there is my brother who's in the label that's on the label with me. I think I have about 2 features on there with him. But other than that, I have no features at all. It's just strictly business wise, like as far as like shout out Hugo, Huge Studios down here in Louisville, Kentucky. They helped me with a lot of my project, you know, recording and mixing, mastering, and producing it. Um, but as far as that, like it's all in the family, you know. I don't really have any outsiders that's on the project. It's just strictly just me and the team.
I love that.
Yeah,
So
I think you kind of need that space to yourself, you know, to just get
Yeah,
you all out there before you can add features, right?
yeah,
And that's your intention.
gotta get to
Yeah.
know you. I hate when artists put an album out, they got 20 songs and 17 features. I'm like, come on.
yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I did that. Like I did that, and I see like I don't want that. Like the last thing I want is everybody to be like, "Oh, I listen to it because this person is on the
Yeah,
project."
exactly.
I want everybody to want to listen to it and hear it because it's my project. You know, the same
Right.
going on. You know, that's why when I when I was putting the songs together, I try my best to make sure there's not a no features on there
Yeah.
because you know
And
this.
and plus if you got a bunch of features, man, and you go on tour, unless all of those feature artists are on tour with you, y'all can't even do this, you can't do the complete song together. That's
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And I had a problem like when I first started with the music, like I had a problem with that a lot. I always wanted somebody on my song. I always wanted somebody to be on a feature or something like. But now I can care less about a feature unless it's a
And
feature
I
that
think it just brings you a sense of confidence too, because you know you can carry the project on your own, you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
That's another main thing too. I want to know I can hold my own weight. I can do it.
Right.
I don't need
Right.
this person or that person because of the name that they got. I want to build my own name. Off
Absolutely.
fans. So
yeah.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about performing, man. How do you like getting up on that stage and just releasing?
oh man, that's my home. They just don't know like the stage. It's a whole different atmosphere. It's a whole different ball game. And like I applaud myself a lot because boy, I done went from performing in front of 5 people to performing in front of 20,000 people. So like
Oh,
it's a whole different it's a different ball game. Like that's where I can let all my emotion out. Any problems that I got going on in life, all of that just goes away. You know, like when I'm on stage, I don't even feel all of them people. Like I just feel like it's just me by myself in this big old room. You know,
wow.
because just everything is just out. You know, I could just be free. On stage is where I'm free. You
I
know,
think that's what Michael Jackson said.
like that's
Like it's a second home. Like being on stage, it just gives him a sense of freedom. That's
yeah.
I remember hearing that from
It's
Michael
like
Jackson.
it's just
Yeah,
it's just when you on stage, like when you get on that stage, it's just a different feeling. Like you got all these people just screaming and yelling at you, and it's all love, and they just love you, you know. And then you just soak all of that in, and you know all your problems and pain and anything that you feeling that's negative. I'm telling you, goes out the window when you're on that stage.
and you're thinking like at that moment, everything you went through in your past has brought you here, so it was definitely worth it.
It's worth it. Everything.
Absolutely,
I don't care if I
absolutely.
have a big old argument, crying, boohooing my eyes out right before I get on stage. But when I get on stage, all of that is out the window.
Hmm.
I've heard so many artists say that they love performing because no matter what it is that they're going through, divorce, death in the family, damn near broke because they done got raped in the game or whatever the case may be. Once they touch that stage, whether it's just to do one song or whether it's to do like an hour set, that's their freedom for that amount of time that they up there, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Real. It is. It brings a lot out of a person. And it's very important. Like having that stage presence is very important. Like like I said, like I tell people all the time when they ask me like, oh, like your show be lit, like how you get people to interact with your crowd, like the crowd gonna go off the same energy you give them. If you sitting there standing rapping, they gonna stand right there with you. But if you having fun, having a ball, you know, enjoying yourself up there on that stage, like they gonna have a fun, have a ball with you. Like they go off your energy. You gotta give that energy to the people so they can show that same love. Like it, my first show is when I knew like, okay, yeah, this is most definitely what I'm supposed to do. Like this is most definitely what I'm supposed to do because I never not one time felt that nervousness like, oh, I don't know if I can go up here. Like it was like I gotta go up here. Like I need to be up here on this stage.
Yeah.
So like, performing is everything. That's why COVID need to hurry up and get
Yeah.
on.
I feel like if I come to a show and you're one of those, especially rappers, if you're one of those rappers that just basically stand there and perform your song, especially if you're singing over lyrics, if you're performing over your lyrics, I feel like I could have just stayed home and listened to your CD.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's why I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z absolutely refuses to perform over, his lyrics being played. You know what I'm saying? He always wants it just to be the instrumental track and just let him perform. Or if he's with a live band, just let him do that. Um, they were at the what was that? The So Def 20th anniversary show. He came out and performed, and Jermaine Dupri asked him to do a public service announcement, which is one of my favorite Jay-Z songs. And he got about 3 bars in, and he was like, "Bro, I need you to play the instrumental joint because I'm not gonna sit up here and rap over my lyrics. I pray that this is something that you don't do so that I'm not offending you, but I hate rap over the. I can stay home and hear that. You know what I mean?
Nah, I make sure.
That doesn't give you that opportunity to like be impulsive because you have to stay with the lyrics as they are as you're performing, on the record.
Yeah,
So
I don't perform with just the instrumental. Like I never tried that before. I mean, that would be something cool.
yeah, try it.
But
Try that, and try performing with a live band, man.
man, I always wanted to do that with a live band, perform or record a song without a beat, like using a live band. I always wanted to do that as well. You know,
I got a
the
we got
stuff.
a, we
The
got a
music,
band here called the Bangladesh Project. I'll hook you up with them. They'll make you right.
I always tell myself like I wish I came up in the music, you know, back in the day where it wasn't you know, all this technology and going on there and making a beat on your computer. Where I'm talking about, you got to go in, you got your people on the piano, on the keyboard, on the guitar, and they on the drums, and they all in the studio in the booth with you. You know, nobody mess up. You know, like like that's what I wish I was. You know, how it still was. You know, and I wish it wasn't no streaming. I can go out and sell CDs. You know, that type of, when it was like that, that's when you know if you know you got real deal genuine fans. You know, if somebody can get up out their bed to go purchase your CD or spend their hard on money on your CDs and stuff, instead of just going on there clicking the link and be like, okay, yeah, I listen to your music. Like, no, but did you purchase my music? It's a difference. Like, that shows people really, they really rock with you a whole lot more when it was like that. Yeah, I like it when it was like that back in the day.
I definitely hope we can keep in touch, man, and so I can follow you and make sure that I know when the project is coming out, because I'm definitely gonna support. I will support just on the vibe that I got from this interview and just the fact that I see you such a genuine young man, bro, and I really respect and appreciate just everything about you, like your whole demeanor, man. Just and I got a small taste of it when you were on the T Quest show, but to actually sit here now with you for an hour, man, and just like I feel like I know you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I was gonna say, I feel like we know Mr. Payne. Yeah, we know him. We know him. Yeah.
I just try to make it to not feel like an interview. I like that.
Yeah. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. I was hoping Lakia would have some wine on her side, but
I finished my bottle like a couple days ago. You should have told me. I went and got some. I got home early from work. Everything. I had time to get a bottle, but you didn't tell me. So.
All right. Well, now you know. All
right. I'll have some wine next time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always have Long Island iced tea.
I got to have red wine. Red wine for me.
Yeah, man. But let everyone, and shout out to. I think I've clicked more comments than any other show tonight, man, because it's a lot of people checking in.
It's genuine. I'm telling you,
yeah.
It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling when they real deal want to know what you got going on.
I see a lot of people that want to see you win, bro.
And I know that's why it just gives me so much motivation. That's why I work so hard and strive so much, like, because I'm telling you, if you would have known me 3-4 years ago, you wouldn't want nothing to do with me. I'm telling you, but like,
that's just all growth, man. That's growth.
Absolutely.
Came a long way. I done came a long way. Like, kudos. Like, I pat myself on the back a lot because people just don't understand. Like, it was a million times where I'm like, I'm done with this stuff. Like, I'm done with it.
And now you see the people that's really going to ride with you, because as you've grown, you become a better person. And you've seen the people that have dropped off. Like you said, there's a lot of people that were there that are nowhere to be seen now. That's that multiplication and subtraction. You know what I'm saying?
They were the seasonal people.
That was the excess baggage.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that when you go to the airport and your suitcase is 52 pounds, those are the people that you gotta, that's the stuff you gotta take out of the suitcase in order to get the suitcase. I'm serious, man. Like, I've learned that, bro, and it's a lesson that I try to teach all young people, man. Like, you're gonna lose people, unfortunately to death and whatever the circumstance may be, but there are certain people that you're just gonna lose in order for you to get to where you need to be. And everybody just can't understand that growth because they're content with being pretty much just running in quicksand and not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So keep you in that quicksand too. When you start trying to get out that quicksand, those are going to be the ones that's grabbing you and trying to pull you in there, man. So those are the ones you got to snatch off and be like, nah, I'm out of here and go, grow. And if it's truly meant for y'all to be, you'll catch that person on the flip side, and that person will have grown to where you are too. And if not, hey, just leave them in the quicksand and keep it moving.
Exactly. Yep. That's why I tell them I can love you from a distance,
Bro, absolutely.
I don't love you,
Man, absolutely. So give some quick shout outs, man, and then let everybody know how they can follow you, social media, all that good stuff, man.
Man, shout out Laid Down Records, man. Most of them. You know, that's the label, that's the team, man. Most definitely the family. Shout out all my fans, everyone who support me. I want to give y'all a shout out as well. But Kayla, is that how you say it?
Lakia.
Okay, Lakia. And Antoine for giving me this opportunity to coming up here and doing this with y'all, have this conversation with y'all, you know. And much love to everybody who support me. You know, you want to see me win. I want to see you win. So so y'all can follow me on Instagram at CPayne.official, and y'all can look me up on Facebook as well, Cornell Payne. Then y'all can go on YouTube, Spotify, any major platform is CPayne. Yo, I'm everywhere. You know, new single out now. Work for it. Video is out on YouTube. So make sure y'all go check that out as well. I got a lot of stuff coming for y'all as well, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy. This summer is about to be crazy. So just make sure y'all stay tuned in with me. I'm gonna make sure I give y'all what y'all want to see and what y'all want to hear.
I gotta get with T-Quest and learn how to play the videos in the middle of the show, because it would have been good if I could have played your video. But I
love T-Quest. She be getting me right. She gets me right, man. You know, I build a good relationship with her.
I met T-Quest back in November when me and a friend of mine, DJ King went to Indianapolis to put on a show up there with Baltimore and Indianapolis artists, and I hosted the show, and she was there, and we didn't communicate much, but I knew that we were going to keep in touch because Ray told me, like, that's the plug that you need to know. Like, you need to know T-Quest. Yeah. And it was actually when we decided to do this Access Granted show back in December, she was actually the first guest that we had on here. And I love the fact that she's just willing and open to just help me, you know, and you know, I can hit her up and say, hey, how do you do this? Or, you know, whatever the case may be. And
I might have to hit T-Quest up too. I want to put some videos in the middle of my interviews.
Yeah. She knows how to. And you know what? I love it. It's actually not that hard, but I haven't had a chance to practice with it, and I don't want to try it in the middle of the show.
Right.
Then we on here looking stupid. Right. I'll learn that at some point, man. But CPayne, bro, I appreciate you, bro. I pray that God blesses you with everything that you are due, because I see nothing but a young man who gets it, and there's not a lot of 22-year-olds that get it these days. So I'm proud of you, bro. If there's ever anything that we can do, we're a city full of dope producers, man. So if you want to step outside your box and work with some producers up here, definitely. When you do decide that you want an artist to do some feature, whether it's somebody singing or somebody rapping, you got a lot of dope.
Yeah, we know plenty of people, right? Yeah, absolutely.
To work with some Baltimore people, man, because I done heard some people from Baltimore, like, they're crazy.
The talent we have here is unparalleled. Okay. Yes.
I'm most definitely gonna get to work in with somebody down there.
Yeah. We can make that work. We can make that work. I'll definitely keep in touch, man. But I appreciate you, bro. I can't wait until the project drops because I'm interested in hearing it. I am going to purchase it. I'm not going to bootleg it. I'm not going to, I'm not going to, backdoor you on YouTube and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
I truly believe in supporting everybody that I have up on the show, man. I've had people that when we were doing radio, they used to bring their CDs and everything and give me a copy, and I would still go buy a copy just because I believe in supporting, especially artists that are doing it independently. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to get y'all coins, man. So definitely anything that we can do from you on this end, man, we got you, bro. Just
appreciate that.
And we're gonna get you up here to perform too, man. I'm gonna see how we can make that happen. Somebody,
y'all never gonna forget the show afterwards.
I believe you, man. Bro, I believe you. I believe you.
Stanley, I'm real deal that man on that stage. I give a show.
Yeah. You know? That's what's up.
It's gonna be a show.
Yeah, that's
a real concert. That's what I try to give. Whether it's 2 people in the crowd or a million.
You gotta have that mentality. Whether it's 2 or 2,000 or 40,000, you gotta perform.
Yeah. Because it's really all about doing what he loves. You know what I mean? That's it at the end of the day.
Because on that, the one thing that I've learned is that even if it is only 10, 15, 25 people, you never know who's watching. You never know what record label one of those 10 people might be from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just don't know the connections that 3 of those 10 people can have. And if they can walk out of there and they was like, yo, I saw this kid and he performed at this club and there was only 10 people and he shut it down, that goes a long way, man. That makes people want to look out for you. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that you have that understanding as well, bro, because that's real important. And I've seen, because here in Baltimore we do like a lot of like open mic situations where you might have 12 people performing. You know what I'm saying? And like the first act will come and they'll perform, and then as soon as they're done, they leave. They don't even stay and watch the other artists. So by the time that 10th artist gets on the stage, you know, the people that performed before him, you know, them and their 15 or 20 people that they might have bought are gone. So it might only be, you know, 20, 25 people by the time you get there, but you still got to have that mentality where you're gonna rock it like you at Madison Square Garden, man. That goes a long way.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, just to sharpen your stage performance, you know what I mean? So that when you do get in front of those big crowds, you got it down packed. So yeah, keep that mentality. That's gonna take you a long way, man.
That's why when I got in front of that stage with them thousands of people, it was already like bread and butter. Like I already knew this is where I was supposed to be at because I already done went through the struggle.
Like second nation tour.
Yeah, because when I said like, well, I can say I was surprised like how much love I got from that many people when I got out on stage. But
I don't know if I can do that, man. I might get out there in front of 20,000 people and be like Eminem on 8 Mile when he was just like,
I thought
I don't know if I could do it either.
When the host was out there doing the host before they brought LID on stage, like music started playing, and I just popped myself from behind that curtain.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I wasn't supposed to be on stage, but I started going out there dancing.
Yeah, I think it's the adrenaline that gets them going.
Yeah.
You know, when they hear the crowd and they hear the music, it just gives them that adrenaline. You know what I mean? So they're probably not even nervous at that point. You know, they're just ready to go.
I was just like, I
know?
gotta go out there. So I just went out there and started dancing, and then once it was time to perform, oh, it was lit. It was nothing but love. Yeah.
And the thing I like about Baltimore, and I'm sure it's like this in a lot of cities, we got a lot of intimate venues like Soundstage and what's the other one?
Other one. I know what you're thinking.
Rams Head.
That's it. Yeah.
That's where you know they only fit about 2 or 3 people, or 2 or 3,000 people. I said 2 or 3 people, 2 or 3,000 people in there. And I know like Rams Head
they have levels.
Have a balcony up there.
Yeah.
So you got about 1,000 people up on that balcony, but that balcony looks like it's right over the stage. So it's literally like you can reach out and shake hands with people up. It's a dope, man. I saw last time that I was there, which was the day that, no, this wasn't the day Nipsey Hussle got killed. That was Rain Ghost. But I saw Redman and Method Man perform at Rams Head, and that was the greatest show that I've ever been to, because they are, I don't know what a perfect hip hop show looks like, but to me, they're probably as close to a perfect performance as you can get. But just that whole atmosphere, like just the crowd was just so, it was just so much energy, man. You thought the roof was gonna come off the joint, literally.
Yeah.
I go to shows at the arena because you know that it's the arena and there's people that you want to see, but I'd rather be in that nice little intimate.
Yeah, I feel like I've enjoyed more shows at Rams Head and Soundstage than I have at the arena. You know, more intimate, they're more personal, and they still give a good show.
That's how it was when Rod Wave came here. You know, we opened up for Rod Wave, and like when we opened up for him, it was just a totally different atmosphere. Like when he got on stage, it was like the best show I ever been to watch a performance. Cause like the doors opened at 8 o'clock. I promise you, the show was over by 9:30. That's how it was. It was so packed. But when he came on and started singing, the whole crowd just shifted into a different type of vibe. Like it was just like, oh my god, it feel like somebody just had a funeral in here. Cause like it was beautiful. I was like, oh my god, he just turned this big old rowdy crowd into this. You know, just everybody done came together when he started singing. So I was like, yeah, that's the type of impact I'm trying to give to people when I come out on stage. Like, okay, CPayne's performing. I'm about to have a good time.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
The only thing about them small intimate venues now, Lakia, is a standing room.
I know, right?
And it's
And
hard.
I have to make sure I wear comfortable shoes before I go into them type of venues.
I make sure I'm taking off work the next day because these 51-year-old knees, after they've been standing for 5 or 6 hours, boy, it's hard to get up the next morning, man. But I love that attitude because for me, live performances is everything, man. And when an artist can, go out and do that thing on stage, man, that's beautiful to me. Like, if I'm gonna spend my money, I want to get my money's worth. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I definitely appreciate that.
And that's how I feel. I feel like I don't want to be out here wasting y'all time because, man, it doesn't. Because don't get me wrong, I done had some bad shows and I done seen, the average, But like, trust me, you waste people money, they're not gonna rock with you. They're not gonna rock with you because your music can be good, but then they see you in person, they so excited for you to perform them songs, and you can't perform them songs. They start looking at you different. They just like, okay, you're not really a good artist. You just can make good music.
And like I said earlier, at that point, I can stay home and listen to your CD. So, but I'm gonna pay $45 to come out and see you live. So, yeah, that's real dope right there, man. Well, again, bro, I can't say it enough, man. I appreciate you. I love what you're doing, man, and just keep doing it. Whatever it is that we can do to support, we got you up on this end, man. Definitely.
Most definitely, I appreciate that.
And you got to show some appreciation for all the love that you done got from all these Louisville folks checking in. And
yeah, I was peeping them. There's a lot of them.
They coming from Louisville. So I see people in there from Mississippi. Yeah, it's the hometowns, man. Hometown.
Shout out to everybody, man, that checked in with us on Facebook Live. Shout out to everybody that tuned in on YouTube. Like I said, I think I've clicked more comments up tonight than I have on any other show. So that's definitely some great love there. Appreciate everybody. Again, man, the shirt that I'm rocking tonight is from my man Brian Lyrics. You can follow him on Instagram at Brian Lyrics or at BLCC2020. Go out and support the clothing line, man. Make sure you guys support Black businesses. We can't say it enough. Support Black businesses.
Yeah. And I'm actually in the process of working on the clothing line now. It's called I'm Black. I'm Black. It stands for I'm building legacies amongst cultural kings. I'm really trying to start it off. I want to start it off like from the saying of building legacies amongst cultural kings. I want to start it off with the youth.
Oh, dope.
I want to start the clothing line with the kids first. And then after, it comes up with the kids, I can start focusing more on the adult. But my main focus with the clothing line is the youth of the people, the youth in the community, having all of them wearing the gear and stuff like that. But right now, I feel like
I love the concept behind that. I really do.
That's dope right there, man. Hey, soon as that merch is ready, hit me up, bro.
Yeah.
It's in the works. It's in the works. We're going to make something happen with it.
I'm on that, yeah. Definitely hit me up with that, man. But make sure y'all continue to follow us on Facebook and YouTube at the Access Granted, the Podstream channel. Join us tomorrow night, man. Y'all know you never know what night of the week we're gonna be on because we just do shows when we can. We got my man DC, the Brain Supreme. He's from the group Tag Team. If you're old enough, you remember the song Whoop, There It Is. Everybody sung that song at one point in their life.
And they're still singing it thanks to the commercial.
Thanks to the guy called Scoop, There It Is commercial. Going there. He's got some acting and stuff going on, man. But we're gonna bring him on here tomorrow and chop it up with him, man, and learn a little bit. Also, like I said, I'm going to keep speaking this in existence, as Lakia said earlier. I'm really working hard to get Teddy Raleigh up here. I have a real dope concept of a show that I want to do. If I can get him here, when I get him here, I'm not even going to keep saying if. When we get him here, I got a dope concept of a show that I want to do with him, man. So continue to keep rocking with us. Shout out to my girl Kesha. She's working on our social media stuff now. So
hey, Kesha.
her. Shout out to my man Damien. He peeped in earlier. My man Damien.
I saw Damien. Hey, Damien.
One of the brick and mortars of Baltimore Flavor Radio that got all of this stuff going. Shout out to my girl Lamondi. Make sure you tune in with her. I think her show is on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock on Power 4.4
Hey,
Radio.
Mondi.
Shout out to my man Jay McGraw for still keeping that boat moving, man. And we just appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Because I'm hungry. My stomach is talking to me. We're gonna keep in touch, bro. I appreciate and respect and love you so much, bro. Keep doing what you're doing the way that you're doing it. Sky's the limit for you, bro.
Always.
No doubt, man. No doubt. No doubt. All right, man. We will see you guys right back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. What is it, Lakia? Eastern
Standard Time.
Standard Time. Man, DC the Brain Supreme from Tag Team will be in here. My girl Nina, the original party girl, will be back in the building. Thank you, Lakia. Hey, Lakia, give your shout outs again. How we can find you and everything.
You can find me on Holistically Being Facebook and Instagram. You can find me on my personal Lakia McDaniel Instagram and Facebook. New show, my 4th season debut of Holistically Being. It's going to be broadcasted live April 10th. I was about to say August. April 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it. Be there.
I don't know why I don't have mine on tonight, but she makes dope bracelets, man. Reach out.
Yeah, I make bracelets too. So if y'all want a bracelet, hit me up. I could customize one for you.
That's what it is. All right,
Absolutely.
man. We appreciate everybody, man. We will see you guys tomorrow. This is your boy, Mr. Antoine.
It's your girl, Lakia McDaniel.
Hold on.
What?
Nina would kill me if I didn't do this. CPayne, on behalf of Access Granted and all of our viewers, we want to thank you for granting us access. Bam. I said
there you go.
We out here, man. We'll see everybody tomorrow.
All right, man. Appreciate the love.
All right, man. No doubt.